हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम ऑल ऑफ़ यू इन माय यूट्यूब चैनल रुद्रा स्टडी सर्कल। मेरे यूट्यूब चैनल रुद्रा स्टडी सर्कल में आप लोगों का स्वागत है। इन दिस वीडियो आई एम गोइंग टू एक्सप्लेन बेसिस एंड डायमेंशन ऑफ वेक्टर स्पेस। ओके, सो लेट अस सी व्हाट इज द बेसिस एंड व्हाट इज द डायमेंशन ऑफ ए वेक्टर स्पेस। सो फर्स्ट वी हैव डेफिनेशन ऑफ बेसिस. A set u1 u2 u1 of vectors of V is a basis of V if the set, suppose this is name, we put S, set name is S, if S has following properties. So a set S equal to u1 u2 un of a vectors of V is a basis of V if S has following property. First, this S should be linearly independent chess. Yes, independent set, and second one, yes span the vector space V. Fine. Yes is the linearly independent set and yes span the V. Let us explain one by one both the linearly independent. We say linearly independent set. In short form we say Li set. So what is the Li set? What Li set is, let S equal to u1 u2 un is said to be linearly independent set if there exists a scalar alpha 1 alpha 2 alpha n such that alpha u1 plus alpha u2 plus alpha n u1 equal to 0, and if you write in this form, and this imply all the alpha is 0, alpha 1 alpha 2 equal to alpha n equal to 0. If all the alpha n is 0, so we say this is the linearly independent set. If at least one alpha is non-zero, then we say linearly dependent set. If all the alpha is 0 means linearly independent set. If at least one alpha is non-zero, so we say dependent set. If at least one alpha is non-zero means that particular coefficient, the vector, can be written as linear combination of others. I'll give an example. See here, 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. If you take alpha 1 1 0 0 plus alpha 2 0 1 0 plus alpha 3 0 0 1 equal to 0, so what we get? So we get alpha 1 alpha 2 alpha 3 equal to 0 0 0, which imply alpha 1 equal to 0, alpha 2 equal to 0, alpha 3 equal to 0. So all the alpha is 0, so this is the linearly independent set. I'll take one more example so it will be clear. Let us take 1 1 0 0 1 0 and 1 0 0. So what about this? So alpha 1 1 1 0 plus alpha 2 0 1 0 plus alpha 3 1 0 0 equal to 0. Fine. So if you see, so we get alpha 1 plus alpha 3 first quadrant, second one alpha 1 plus alpha 2, and third one 0 equal to 0 0 0. So we are getting alpha 1 plus alpha 3 equal to 0 and alpha 1 plus alpha 2 equal to 0. So we have two equations and three unknowns. So one will be independent. So if alpha 3, let us say alpha 3 is the independent, fine, because we have three variables, alpha 1, alpha 2 and alpha 3, and we have only two equations, so definitely one will be independent. So alpha 3 independent means alpha 3 equal to 1, so alpha 1 equal to minus 1, then minus 1 plus alpha 2 equal to 0, so alpha 2 equal to 1. So for this set, you see this alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha have non-zero, but in the definition what we have, after writing this equation you should get all alpha is 0 for the independent set. If any one alpha non-zero, so we say dependent set. So this set is called the dependent set, fine. So first is clear, S linearly independent set, and second one, S span the vector space. It means each and every element of vector space can be written as linear combination of elements of S. Span means each vector of vector space can be written as linear combination of these elements. So this is called the basis. So for basis, two property, one is the set should be linearly independent, and second one that S span the whole vector space. Each element of V can be written as linear combination of elements of S. We write like this, linear span of S equal to V, or we can say S equal to, suppose we have u1 u2 un, fine. If any element of vector space V can be uniquely expressed as linear combination of basis vectors or vectors of S. So this is the second property. Now the next property we have, the basis of a vector space, is not unique. Means one vector space can have two different bases, but number of element, this is very important, number of element in each basis of a vector space is fixed. It means suppose V is the vector space, and one S1 equal to u1 u2, u1 is the basis, fine, and S2 also basis, with the v1 v2 vm also basis. So m equal to n. Number of element in basis is fixed for any vector space. Let us few examples, fine. If you take that R3, so the standard basis of R3 be, I say 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. So this is the standard basis. So this set is the independent set, and if you take any element A, B, C from the R3, so you can write easily A, B, C in the linear combination of these basis vector, that will be A into 1 0 0, B into 0 1 0 plus C into 0 0 1. So any element of R3 can be expressed in linear combination of V, and V is a linearly independent set. So we set the basis. Fine. Next one, let us see few examples of basis. P and T, the set of all the polynomial up to degree n. The set of all the polynomial up to degree n. So basis B will be 1 comma t square comma t power n. This is the linearly independent set, and any element of P and T can be expressed as linear combination of these vectors. If we have set of all 2 cross 2 matrix, if V is the vector space of set of all 2 cross 2 matrix, so the basis element will be 1 0 0 1 0 1 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 1. So this is the element of basis for set of all 2 cross 2 matrices. So these are the finite number of element is finite in the basis. We will take one PT. PT means set of all the polynomials of any degree. Set of all the polynomials. So for that, basis element will be 1 comma t square comma t cubed. So here number of element in this vector space is infinite. Fine. Now here we define dimension of vector space. So dimension of vector space is number of element in the basis. Dimension. Dimension of vector space means number of element in the basis. Or we can say the number of free variable, free element in the vector space. Number of free element in vector space V. Free element means if you take this R3, so there are 3 elements which are free. Free means if you take the fourth one, any element, so that fourth one will be linear combination of these 3. Means this is the largest independent set. This is the largest independent set. If you include any element in the basis, then that set will become the dependent. So the number of free element, these are called the free elements. Means fourth one, if you R3, if you take fourth one, that is the not independent, that is the dependent, that can be written as linear combination of these elements. So for finding dimension, one thing we can see number of element in the basis, first concept. Second one, if you can find out the number of free variable in that vector space, that is also called the dimension. So if you see this example, so I can write here dimension of R3 equal to 3, because in the basis we have 3 elements. Now next what we have, P and T. So dimension of P and T, number of element is n plus 1. Fine. So this is your dimension. Next we have dimension of set of all 2 cross 2 matrices. So 4. Fine. Now dimension of PT, set of all the elements, so set of all the polynomials, so infinity. So this is called infinitely dimension vector space, and these are the finitely dimension vector space. Fine. So there are 2 type of vector space, one which has finite dimension and second one which has infinite dimension. So here PT is the infinitely dimension vector space because the number of element in the basis is infinite. Fine. Now let us see what is the dimension of subspace, whatever we have discussed that earlier. So W1 is ABC, A equal to 3B. So how many number of free variable? So if you fix the B here, so A is the dependent of B. So here B is free, A is dependent on B, and C is free. So there are only two free variable. Fine. So we say dimension is 2. There are only two free variable, B and C. A is dependent on B. So A is not free. W2 what we have? Let me check here. So W2 is not a subspace, so there is no point of having dimension. W3 also not subspace, so no point of dimension. Yeah, W4 is the subspace. So what is the dimension? Number of free variable. So A plus B plus C equal to 0. So here we can have C anything, we can have B anything, but once you fix the B and C, the A is the dependent on B and C. So only two free variable. So dimension is 2. Fine. So dimension of W4 is 2. And W5 is not a subspace. So there is no point of talking about the dimension. And W6. What is W6? W6. See here. In W6, if you fix the C, so B is the dependent on C and A is dependent on B and C. It means only one free variable. If you fix one variable, automatically other will be get their value depend upon the one dependent. So here number of independent variable is 1. So we say dimension is 1 of this W6 because only one free variable. Fine. Now let us see what is the dimension of set of all symmetric matrices. Set of all symmetric matrices. So symmetric matrices if you take, so suppose we have A11, I'll take 3 cross 3, then I'll extend 1 A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. So if you take the symmetric matrix, so see, so this part will be completely mirror image of this part, right? In symmetric matrix, it means if you fix these three element, so automatically this will be fixed. So only 3 is free variable. Let us see, in the first row only 1 is free variable, A11. Fine. In the second row only 2 are free variable, because if you fix the A21, so A12 automatically fix, that is equal only, right? So we can write, so only you have to fix only this is a free variable in this row, and A22 that is free, and A23 no, because once you fix that A32, so that is equal to, so in third row all three are free variable. A31 is free variable, so this will equal to A13 dependent, A32 is free variable, so A23 is the dependent, this is the dependent, A21 is free variable, so A12 is the dependent, and A11, A22, A3 are free variable. So first row we have 1, second row we have 2, and third row we have 3. So these are the free variable. So 1 plus 2 plus 3, 6 as the dimension. If you take n cross n, so same way, in the first row we get the 1, in the second row we get the 2, in the third row we get the 3, in the last row we get the n. So dimension will be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus n equal to n plus 1 by 2. So set of all the symmetric matrices with order n cross n, dimension will be n plus 1 by 2. Fine. Good. Next we have set of all the matrices which trace is 0. So if you take you take this matrix itself, set of all the matrices trace 0. Trace 0 means A11 is free, A22 is free, but A33 is not free. A33 equal to minus of A11 plus A22. So if all are free except one element, because the last element will be nothing but minus of sum of other diagonal elements. So trace 0 means so dimension total elements is n square, so n square, and 1 is the dependent element, so this will remove because number of independent are free variable only dimension, right? So 1 we have to remove last element, so n square minus 1. Fine. And set of diagonal elements, no, set of all the diagonal matrices. So diagonal means all are 0, only diagonal elements will be there, so dimension will be n. Fine. All the diagonal elements. Scalar matrices 1, because that is your A0 0 0 A0 0 0 A. So only one element here we have, so dimension is 1. So by this method you can find the dimension of any vector space by checking number of independent variable or number of element in basis. Fine. Okay, if you like my video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.